Everybody has lungs. We at Alberta Lung are committed to raising awareness about lung health, education, and patient support. You're watching this video because we want to raise awareness on radon, the silent killer.
So radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer for everyone in Canada, but the leading cause of lung cancer amongst people who do not smoke tobacco. What's dangerous about radon is that it is radioactive and emits a type of radiation when we breathe it in that hits our lungs, damages our DNA, and then drives those cells towards cancer.
My symptoms starts during the summer of 21. I started to notice coughing. For 6 months it went on with different doctors, different medications. It was actually diagnosed with coughing blood. I was diagnosed with a stage 4 lung cancer.
My symptoms began with a crazy asthma attack. At the time it happened, I didn't know it was an asthma attack. I had woken up from my sleep feeling like there was an elephant sitting on my chest. Immediately I woke up my husband, we went to the hospital. X-rays determined that I had glass-like nodules in my lungs. What happened from that point on, it was basically 2 years later once they did a lot of chest X-rays and found that those glass-like nodules just kept increasing in size. So it wasn't until 2 years later from following all those X-rays that they did diagnose me with stage 1 adenocarcinoma.
So with the Evict Radon National Study, we've tested approximately 25,000 Albertan homes over the years. There's approximately 1 in 6 homes that are above Health Canada's limit of 200 becquerels per meter cubed. That's the limit at which somebody should be thinking about taking action as quickly as possible to reduce their lung cancer risk.
My family lives in Bangladesh, so they immediately come in next month. There is no family history of cancer, so we don't know how to deal with it. It was difficult for them to take person from palliative care came to just to get ourselves with the process and how to navigate through it. So obviously all that was it was difficult for them to take. I was also learning about many of the things, treatments and hopes.
All I remember is when he said the word stage 1 adenocarcinoma, that's all I could remember. And the thoughts that came through my mind were, this is the end. This is how I'm gonna go. My experience with cancer for everyone that's been diagnosed has never been good. So I knew that because I had 2 young kids at the time, that I had to fight it no matter what. So from that diagnosis, I knew it would be all on me. And I remember my best friend, she said the quote that still sticks with me, and all she said was, "This is not your story, this is merely a chapter, and you're gonna do great things with this." It was at this point that I said, I'm not a smoker, I've never been around smokers, how could this have happened? My husband bought the radon detector and had put it in our house. We didn't even look at it from that point on until I was diagnosed. Ran downstairs into the basement where we had hidden it. That reading was 239.
Before my diagnosis, I was very active. I was playing soccer. In winter, I would play indoor badminton. No smoking history.
I was Zumbaing every day. I was probably about 175 classes into spin. It was very active, probably the most active I've been my entire life at that point when I was diagnosed.
What we have to think about as Canadians is that lung cancer is our primary source of cancer deaths in Canada, and for a large majority of us, it's a preventable cancer, not only from tobacco use, but from other environmental sources, primarily that of radioactive radon gas in our home.
I try to be active. I try to maintain my activity as much as I can. Obviously, initially I went through multiple procedures that was very painful and very hard to tolerate. I went through 4 rounds of brain radiation.
It scheduled me for surgery. They're saying could be 5, could be 6 months. Foothills Hospital had a COVID outbreak, which meant that a lot of surgeries were canceled. So within a month of me being diagnosed, they gave me a call and said, "We have room for you to come in tomorrow. Would you like to come in?" And of course, I said yes. Within a week, my husband had scheduled a family photography session. So I did a family photography session, and within 3 weeks, I was back on the spin bike.
I'm doing research and I'm in science, so my introduction to radon is through science as well.
Radon to me was something just as knowledgeable to me as outer space was. It was there in the universe, but I didn't understand it. I didn't know what it meant. But all I knew was I had a meter downstairs that gave me readings. I don't know what that meant.
Many people are getting lung cancer without any smoking. Like in our group, like 80-90%. Radon is something, right? So we are living in it probably.
I wish people understood that it is a silent killer. You have to know your body and you have to know the environment with which you're living in. And if it's something as easy as putting a meter in a house just to tell you whether or not you're safe, that's all you need to protect your family.
If we are not doing research, if we're not learning about radon, all the other factors, what genetic factors, how could we treat those effects?
If we can get all the homes tested for radon, it would eliminate the #1 cause of lung cancer for non-smokers.
All you need to do is test your house.